Hi, my name is Laura Waterhouse, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about my vacation to Washington, D.C. It was 2 years ago that my brother, my mom, and we flew down to Washington, D.C. To visit some family of mine, my aunt, an uncle, and two cousins. When we got there, it was really quite warm out, and it seemed kind of strange because, as compared to the West, and so out east, it could be warm, it could be cold, you never know. And I had remembered one night it was snowing, and I remember that was the first time I ever saw snow out east, so it was kind of a shock for me. But while I was in Washington, D.C., something interesting kind of happened to me. I visited Gallaudet College, the college for the deaf, and it was so much fun because one day I hope to attend that school. My mom actually had a conference in Washington, D.C., so it kind of worked out that she could bring my brother and I to go as well. So, the conference was in a really nice hotel, so it was pretty cool that we got to go there because it was nice and fancy, so we had fun. When we went to Washington, D.C., we visited that famous museum, the Smithsonian, which was a lot of fun, but actually something kind of strange happened to me. I began to feel dizzy, and so I left the museum and decided to go back home. And while I was home, it just kept getting worse and worse, so I decided to go see the doctor. And when we saw the doctor, he told me that I was fine, but if it got worse, I should come back. So I went back home, but all night I could not sleep. I was just tossing and turning. I was itchy. I felt awful. So the following day I went back, and the doctor said that I have scarlet fever and that I should eat a lot of sweets like chocolate. Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of sweets to eat, but I don't think it was really working. I felt really bad. And the next afternoon, it kept getting worse and worse. My mom and my aunt decided to take me to the hospital. And as I was leaving, I was so dizzy and very confused. And I almost got into an accident. A car passed right by me. I walked right onto the street, and the car passed right by me, like an inch from my face. It was so scary. And then I got to the hospital, and as soon as I got through the door, I began vomiting, just throwing up, and they took me into the room and did a lot of tests. And yeah, I was sick, but it wasn't that bad. So we decided to stay an extra 2 days at the hotel. And all day, my brother and I just watched TV, and I would sleep all day as well.